Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And the last video I did say that I will be looking at the From's Gambit in the bird opening, and that's exactly what we'll be doing today. I will be showing you how black tricks white and also how white can save himself from this gambit. So obviously the bird's opening goes with pawn to f4, and I'd already talked about the central squares being why many grandmasters don't prefer this opening, because it goes against opening theory. But I had said that we're going to discuss this move e5, and that's exactly what we'll be doing today. So this is actually called the From Gambit, and white really has only two options to go against this opening. The first being f takes e5, accepting the gambit. And now black proceeds to offer another pawn, which is d6. Again, white takes it. And now black takes it with his bishop. Now you realize black gave up a pawn just to gain one move in development and be faster in development. And obviously now the move here would be knight to f3, trying to stop the threat of queen to h4, the square. And here black, if he wants to continue with the gambit, he can always play knight f6 and to continue development, but that doesn't exactly gain him any compensation. So if black wants to really play aggressive, he will push pawn to g5. And if you notice, what happens right now is that black is obviously threatening pawn to g4. That's a pretty obvious threat, but what he's also doing is that if by chance, if you try to prevent this from happening by playing h3, you have a simple mate in one with bishop to g3 checkmate. And white's completely bewildered as to what just happened, but that is the gambit. It's as simple as it gets. So to stop this from happening, white plays the only defensive move, which is pawn to g3, and black proceeds with pawn to g4, and after knight to h4 from white, black still tries to do something. Let's say it says knight to e7, but then I realized that sacrificing that pawn really didn't help you, because after bishop to g2, something simple like that, even let's say f5 or any move, castle, black really doesn't have any attack going on. It's a perfectly fine position for white to play in, and that's why if you do know how to play against this gambit with white, I suggest go for it. But if you're black and you're very confident that your opponent does not know how to tackle the situation, I say go for it as well, especially if it's a blitz game. Our first instinct is to stop g4, so we go straight away h3 and we get checkmated in one move. So that's a pretty fascinating way. And as I said, there were two methods to avoid this gambit, right? The first one was g3, and now here you can completely avoid f5 and you can go e4, which transposes it to king's gambit. And if you play king's gambit with white, I say go for f4 as your first move, because if he plays e5 thinking that you're gonna take it and eventually black's gonna have an okayish position, and you suddenly move e4, if black's not an e5 player and let's say he plays Sicilian, this will actually catch him by surprise. And this is exactly what happened to me in a tournament. I was playing white and I played f4, and my opponent played e5, and I wasn't expecting e5, but then I remembered I do play king's gambit, so I hit him with e4, and she was confused and she thought about what to play next for about 2-3 minutes, and then eventually she accepted the gambit, and eventually I went on to win the game because she didn't know how to defend against my attack. So anyways, just to show you the gambit again, after f takes e5, you have pawn to d6, e takes d6, bishop takes d6, and knight to f3, obviously stopping queen to h4 check. Play pawn to g5 and threatening g4, and if anything, like h3, you go bishop to g3, checkmate. And white can save himself by playing g3, and after g4, knight h4, let's say knight e7, simple move like bishop g2, let's say f5, castle, and white, okay, I wouldn't say white's in the best of positions because he'll obviously have to defend this attack. Sorry, not knight g6 immediately, but he'll obviously have to defend black's attack on the king side. So you have to be very careful with white if you're playing this opening. Anyways guys, that was the From's Gambit, and that was basically a continuation to my previous video. So if you did enjoy this video as well, please hit the like button and do comment. Thanks for watching.